What's up? Bradley Johnson, once again doing my tiny white lady transformation thing for some more squats. I hate when you start squats in these pants because it's so hard for me to tell things like depth and knee flare and stuff. That's just a little coach's problem right there. But as you see that little snap as she comes in, trying to get rid of that. What kind of garbage is that? Is that the best you can do? Seriously? Not even trying. Look at that. See? No. So I'm going to try and sort that out a little bit. It's limited. Before it wasn't limited, just kind of kept going. But like, as a technical session, that is not where you want to be for these. Moved on to my squats, which are fairly boring at the second. They've been a bit homogenous recently. Look at that. Pretty happy with that. They land where they need to. Come straight up. Glutes are firing. Bar speed is good. I'm really liking my close at the moment. The lockout there is really forceful and that felt really good. Now, actually, as I remember it with that squat, the squats didn't actually feel really good. They just looked really good. So like, I came away from it thinking like, oh, that felt kind of weird and off. But sometimes the way you feel isn't always the best indicator of how you actually did. Moved on to bench press, which is definitely her strongest lift. As she sets this up. Thinking about maybe getting rid of these setups from the lift, but some people need to know how to set up, so I might just leave them. Okay, we're a tiny bit wonky, but the bar speed is good. Bar speed is very good, in fact. These are really comfortable. That's where you want to be. We want to nestle it on the chest a little bit more securely, rather than impacting one side than the other. But yeah, that's a good bench session. Wrist could do with a tiny bit of work, I guess. But that's more my area than anything. So here on incredibly lighter bench, like this bench was just too light, but the program said I needed it based on what I did before, and I agree. I needed some light bench because my shoulder was really not enjoying it. And even here, I'm definitely leading with my right arm there, so that's something to pay attention for future, that my right arm is leading the bench. Considering that's the arm that's hurting, that kind of shows how right-handed I am in life. Bit of shaky cam there. Bit of shaky cam, makes it more gritty. Moving on to these deadlifts. The problem before, and that has been on her deadlift, is that her first rep shadows the other ones. It's much better than the ones that succeeded. So let's see this first rep. Good, very snappy. Second rep, you see how we're letting go a bit in the lats there. We're not pulling tight enough there. You see how it just goes and it takes away from about here. That bit there, it's not tight enough. So she's being pulled really far down. Bit of grip problems there, but whatever. Tighter than that. So yeah, a little bit of work needs to be done there to get the lats a bit tighter. But that's definitely improvement from the one before. Moving on to my deadlifts, fairly uneventful at this lightweight. I felt like I could have pulled a bit more slack, but ultimately hips were really firing forwards. So I'm pretty happy with my hip speed there. The lockout is clean, but I think I could have pulled a little bit more slack. But they were really forceful. I felt really aggressive as I did those. Moved on to the lats joker for today, which is a chest supported row, and these are pretty easy and clean. But I left in a few sets here because whilst I was doing the lats joker, she was doing a mobility joker after this set here. Pretty boring. This is me doing some lat work. For some reason the camera focused on not me, but the bar, the Power Tech rack, so whatever. So there you go, a bit of glute work there. Stretching out that bad boy and with a lacrosse ball, smashing the glutes there. Hip flexors and quads. More glutes and lower back. These are the kind of things you need to keep doing if you're going to hope to improve in this training thing. As for me, I did similar stuff, but I did this as well, which I thought I would show you. This is just really a everything lower body kind of stretch. It works on the hips and gives a good nice bend in the knee. At the same time, I was working on that ankle flexibility by really pushing them out, and of course the adductors. So I was just enjoying playing about here. Wherever I found anything that was a little bit stiff, I kind of dived into that a bit more. If you look carefully on my left knee, you should be able to see my surgery mark there. So if you're ever wondering why I've ever got trouble with knees or anything, it's because I have had surgery on my knee from back in the day when I used to play tennis. Yes, I played sports before I did this. Shock, horror. So yeah, I was just doing that, stretched up and come back down straight into it, and it's just really to work out any kinks that you feel anywhere in here. Just a nice little bit of fun, and pop straight out of it, straight up with an imaginary overhead squat. Peace.